Imagine you're a circus performer, but not a trapeze artist or a lion tamer. You're just a plain old boring plate spinner. And on top of each of these long wobbly sticks is a delicate porcelain plate. But these aren't just any kind of plates. This one is for your mother's happiness. This one over here is for your boss's approval. This one is for your friend's convenience. This one is for your partner's mood. And your job, your only job, is to run around frantically, keeping every single one of them spinning perfectly. Your heart is pounding, sweat is dripping down on your face. You race from stick to stick to stick, a jolt of panic every time one starts to wobble. You can't look away. You can't rest, because if a plate falls, crash. The sound of disappointment. The sound of failure. And the worst part? You built this circus yourself. This is the frantic life of people pleaser, an exhausting, impossible performance. But what if I told you that the secret to a happy, peaceful, and truly connected life isn't about learning to spin all these plates faster? What if the secret is to let them actually drop? That sounds like heresy, doesn't it? Because our whole lives were taught the opposite. Be nice, be helpful, don't upset anyone. And we learned that a good person is someone who can keep all the plates spinning all the time without complaint. But this programming comes with a deep hidden cost. Let's talk about the feeling, not the actual label of anxiety, but the physical reality of it. It's that tightness in your chest when you see a call from a demanding family member. It's a knot in your stomach when your boss asks for you to stay late again. It's the mental gymnastics you perform rehearsing how to say no in the shower, only to hear yourself say, yeah, of course, no problem at all. This isn't just a mental state, it's a physical one. Your body is living in a constant low-grade state of emergency. Your nervous system is perpetually braced for the next request, the next potential disappointment. It believes that if a plate drops, something catastrophic will happen. Therefore, it floods with cortisol. It keeps the muscles tense. It makes you breathe shallow. It's preparing you to fight a tiger that exists only in your own mind. The tiger is someone else's disapproval. And after all of this, we feel completely drained, hollowed out. We look in the mirror and wonder who that tired person is. That feeling, that deep soul-level exhaustion, that quiet hum of sadness that never seems to go away. And that's a signal. It's a message from a part of you that has been completely and utterly neglected. The fundamental mistake we make is believing that our job is to manage other people's emotions. We think it's our responsibility to prevent them from feeling disappointed, or sad, or angry. But let's look at how absurd that is. Imagine you go to a friend's house for dinner, and they serve you a dish that you actually don't like. Instead of just saying, oh, this isn't for me, but thank you very much, you force it down, just so they don't feel bad. You're treating them like a fragile child who would shatter at the thought of you not liking their cooking. Is that respect? Or is it, in a strange way, a profound disrespect? You're essentially telling them, I don't think you're strong enough to handle the simple fact that our tastes are different. Wow. When you actually put it that way, it changes things, doesn't it? This isn't about aggression, it's about precision. And to get that precision, you need a filter. Your no doesn't break them. It actually honors them. It says, I trust you to handle your feelings about this, just as I am handling mine. So if the problem is this deep-seated programming, how do we begin to debug the system? You need a powerful tool to override that code. This is the 3-question filter that deactivates the people-pleasing program. It's a simple set of questions you can ask yourself the next time you feel that familiar knot in your stomach. So the first question, whose emotion is this? When your friend is upset that you can't help them move, that feeling of disappointment is theirs. It's not in their body, not yours. You can have empathy, but you don't have to take their disappointment and wear it like your own very heavy coat. Acknowledge it, but don't absorb it. Second question, is this person a capable adult? Most of the time, this is a resounding yes. They can find another friend to help them move. They can hire someone. They can rent a dolly. They have options. Your no is not a dead end, it's a detour. By saying no, you're simply stepping back and reminding them of their own resourcefulness. You are letting them work their own problem-solving muscles. And the third most important question, what is my true role here? Is your role to fix their problem or to support them? This is a game-changing distinction. Fixing is grabbing the problem and adding another plate to your frantic act. It creates dependency. Supporting is keeping your hands off their plates and trusting their ability to handle it. It's their cheering for the strength rather than catering to a weakness you've imagined. Fixing says you are helpless. Supporting says you are capable. This filter isn't about becoming cold or selfish. It's about becoming clear. It's about drawing a line between what is yours to carry and what is not. When you start using this filter, when you start loving your no, a funny thing happens. The world actually doesn't end. The people you are so afraid of disappointing, most of them are going to be fine. They might be a little grumpy for a moment, but then they'll move on. They'll find another way. They prove to you just how resilient they are. But what about the ones who don't? What about the plates that break for good? That's when something even more profound happens. Your relationships change. The people who were only in your life because of what you could do for them might drift away. And this might sting at first. You might be tempted to think you've failed. But that emptiness they leave behind isn't a void, it's an opening. It's a space for people to come in your life who love you for who you are. Not for a constant frantic yes. A yes that comes from a place of obligation isn't a gift, it's actually a debt. It has the faint, bitter taste of resentment. Untangling these mental knots, seeing the sweet absurdity in our own programming, that's exactly the kind of thing that makes me come alive. It's about looking at these patterns, not with judgment, but with a certain sense of wonder. And if you're new here, I'm Dennis, and I like to explore everyday things with a curious mind. Because it's in these everyday feelings, these little internal tug of war, that we find the biggest opportunities for growth. So let's go back to the circus. The goal isn't to become a perfect plate spinner. The goal is to walk away from the act entirely. It's to realize that you are not the performer. You are the audience of your own life, and you get to decide what the show is about. You can choose to build a life based on not avoiding disappointment, but on pursuing what is true and real for you. This means you will, at some point, disappoint people. It's not a sign you've done something wrong. It's a sign that you are living authentically. It's a side effect of having boundaries. It's the price of admission for a life that is truly your own. Your anxiety, your burnout, your quiet sadness, these are not your enemies. They are the messengers. They are the aches in your own frantic, sprinting body begging for rest. Learning to say no to others is how you finally say yes to yourself. So until next time, stay playfully curious.
Stay playfully curious.